peace. Let him allow him to find no peace at all. Let us not allow him even to get an opportunity to increase his time to serve in this nation. Fellow Kenyans, I want to remind you, my dear, you have forgotten. The moment we enter to the parliament, that tells you that we do not have a parliament. So any man or a woman who is in the parliament today, that are in the parliament, they are representing themselves. They are not representing us by you. That's one thing and one reality we need to wake up to and know that we need to uproot this tree plus all its branches. I remember I was talking to a colleague at my place of work today, and he was telling me, why can't you deal first with Mwangi Mutuse? And I was telling him, we cannot deal with Mwangi Mutuse. We want to uproot the tree plus its leaves and its branches to go and potelea mbali and we set it on fire, and it gives us space. And that's my focus. That's I'm keeping my face on the goal. I'm keeping my face on that ball. I cannot afford to be diverted by anybody. And I've told you yesterday, and I'm saying it again today. Those of us who are thinking that we have anything in our hands, that we can say we have this, others have nothing. We have nothing, all of us. Until Ruto leaves the presidential seat, we all have nothing. So anybody who is the enemy of Ruto is also our friend. Can we avoid the situation whereby we are saying we want so and so to do 1, 2, 3, we don't want this? What are you protecting and you have nothing anyway? Fellow Kenyans, what are we protecting while we have nothing? Do we go first and get what we need? Can we have everybody on board, get what we need? Then from there we make our noise. What are we making a noise about? I'm surprised when I hear somebody saying, sitaki mtu anakuja hapa nataka, sitaki mtu anakuja hapa nataka. We have nothing. Fellow Kenyans, we have nothing. We need to go and redeem our country. We need everyone who is against Ruto to be part of us.
Give me 100.
Please. Can you hear me?
I lost Josephine, so probably she's still speaking.
Thank you.
Pending for me.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Kindly treat yourself as if you have nothing. Some people think that they know so much. We don't know. All of us, we are at zero. That's why we are uniting all our brains together. Whoever thinks they know much, whoever thinks they know little, whoever thinks they know nothing, even that nothingness means something to us once it's combined with another something. Can we bring all of us what we have and we avoid the situations whereby we are saying we don't want so and so because of this and that? Kindly avoid saying I do not want this person, I do not want the other. Remember one thing you do not know. Right now, even if right now the country goes to dictatorial scenarios with the president, I can tell you it will not matter who else was in the opposition. All of us will suffer the same fate, either we like it or not. So the most important thing is that we need to bring everybody who is not in the Ruto's government onto our side, and we fight this battle together without giving conditions, without giving anything. Can we have no conditions for other Kenyans, please? Please. And if you are coming here to tell us to give us condition about something, go home and stay with what you think you have, and then we wait and see whether you have anything. But allow those who are here willing to allow everybody and to work with everybody, regardless of their status. We work together for the goodness of this country and for the redemption of our country. Thank you so much, and may God bless us. May God bless Kenya. Let's have a good evening, all of us, with God's grace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is what we have been discussing here. We said we cannot, it can never, it should not be that our business is to be treating so-and-so, release so-and-so, hashtag. No, we cannot continue pushing the hashtag. This one for Francis Gaido.
You can go ahead, then General, then Panwa.
I think Fabish was talking.
This would be, this will be the last. Now we need action. We need to protect ourselves. We cannot just be subjecting ourselves to be kidnapped and be abducted like goats. We have to stop this. Impunity begets impunity. This is what I've been saying. The country is at war. There is no any other definition. The country is at war with William Ruto and his rogue regime. We must understand that. Na hatuwezi kufanya mazoezi kwa uwanja wa vita. We need now to arm ourselves, have the uprising. This is what we need now. The revolution now is about the uprising. That is the only language that the butcher of Suwe can understand. Yes, Mike.
Thank you so much, Fabish. I wanted to talk about a few things. Number one, when you see your enemies fight each other, you don't interrupt them. You let them fight each other. Now, right now, kuna history ya impeachment. Kenyans, we need to stop focusing on impeachment. These are enemies fighting each other. These are our enemies fighting each other. Let them fight each other. In fact, what we should be doing is taking advantage of our enemies fighting each other. Right now, watu wa Murima, they are disgruntled. We should incite them and tell them, look at what Ruto is doing to your person. Angalieni. Kujeni pamoja tutoe huyu mtu. We should always take advantage of our enemies fighting each other. Another thing is this history ya extend term extension. This might be the thing that really triggers a very organic.
I can't hear anyone.
Can you hear me?
Speaking?
Can you hear me?
Okay, let me refresh the space. I think maybe there is kind of miscommunication. Yeah, but we can hear you.
Okay.
Just go.
Okay. Now, as I was saying, this e-bill ya extend term, this might be the thing that organically triggers Kenyans. Many Kenyans. That is why we need to stop focusing on vitu kama impeachment. We need to focus on things like teaching people about history ya extension ya hii term limit. And civic education is the easiest thing you can do. When you're talking to your father or your mother, ama watu wa ushago, unawambia umesikia Ruto nataka kuongeza limit na vile tumechoka. We have to take advantage of these things that are happening to incite people against Ruto. Haya, number two, I agree with a lot that has been said by General China, Ras G, Fabish about, and all other people that have talked about. This revolution has to move from being a peaceful one to being a resistance. Now, if you don't understand what a resistance is, you can watch a movie like The Matrix. That is a resistance. And resistance comes with a lot of things. It comes with people will die. It comes with betrayal. But at the end of the day, once that seed of revolution is planted, of a resistance is planted, it cannot be uprooted. Hata uwe watu wangapi, it cannot. And this is what happened on June 25th. That seed of resistance was planted and it will not die. Today, I think I saw a video of some abductors abducting a woman. And they didn't seem to even have guns. And Kenyans were just surrounding and looking at them. And I got really angry. I was like, when did we become this toothless? When did this happen? Yeah? We need to start sending them messages. Wakikuja na hizo Subaru zao, we light it up. Tunawapiga. Wakituliza, wakisema ni polisi tunawaambia sisi, you don't have uniform. We don't know if you're policemen. We thought you were thugs. We have to start doing such things. Otherwise, they will start executing people in public. Trust me, they will start doing it. Because we have let them abduct people mchana, watu wakiangalia. So we need to stop this idea of thinking this revolution can be peaceful. It cannot be peaceful. Ruto does not understand peace. It is a gunfight. We cannot go with our sticks and our mkuki in this fight. No, 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 no. This is a gunfight. We have to take out the guns. So what Rasji talked about, forming like a group of 30 people or something that would help people out when maybe they're being abducted, that is a really good idea. We have to start forming a militant group. And yeah, we protect each other. Because sasa hii imekuwa, ni vita, it's a gunfight. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is, and I've been trying to really put this across in every space that I've been speaking, is the only way we can completely change our country is by completely, entirely replacing the old regime with the young generation of leaders. I really want people to understand this. The only way we can uproot this corruption and all these punitive people is by completely replacing the old regime with the young generation. And this is why I think this would work. It's because the old regime understands only one thing: corruption. They grew up knowing, I have to bribe people so that I can receive. I have to give people some money so that when I go to the government, I can steal. The old regime grew up knowing that. Sisi, the young generation, do not understand corruption. We understand it theoretically, but practically we don't understand it. And that is why it really shocks us tukisikia sijui pesa ngapi imeibiwa. It really shocks us because deep down we don't entirely understand corruption. So the problem is not one person. The problem hata si Ruto peke yake. It's the entire system. Right now, if we take General China to Kimweka government, you cannot put him in that kind of system. He will either become like them or atatolewa. So the only way to completely eradicate this punitive government is to completely replace the old regime with an entirely young generation of leaders. Do not they land on the job. So even us, we can learn on the job.
Everybody in this country is corrupt. Ni nani ambaye anaendanga anakosa kufika on time na anaenda kutoa shilingi 20 kusudi apitishwe laini? That's what we call corruption. And everybody in this country is corrupt up to the core. Let's not lie to each other. Kwa hivyo, every one of us, if that's what we are capitalizing on us, we are lying to ourselves. We are all corrupt. We are the people who don't want to be taken to court because we will take more time in court, rushing, going to do nothing. Yet, unapeana 3,000, na hata ungeenda kotini hata jaji angekusamea, kuna msamaha wa koti. But because you don't want to be aligned into court, you are giving 5,000 shillings, 10,000 shillings, so that you don't get to court. Fellow Kenyans, let's call a spade, not a big spoon. We are all corrupt and we should be ready to embrace each other the way we are so that we correct our mistakes and acknowledge that we are all corrupt and correct our corruption and work together to uproot Ruto for mismanaging our country. That's the key thing. Everyone.
Let's go to what we are saying here is our common enemy is William Ruto and everyone that is associated with him. Anybody that has ever worked with William Ruto can never be different. We Kenyans being corrupt sometimes, it is because we are forced by the system that we don't have any other option. You have been stopped by the police and you are threatened, and even when you go to court, you cannot get a good justice system. You will be put there the whole day or even 2 days before even your case is heard. And that is why you will end up with no otherwise. So we cannot blame ourselves because the system is supposed to work for us. So what we are saying here is William Ruto and his cohorts, his friends, his allies are all our enemies. If you are working with William Ruto, you are William Ruto. Show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So that is why we are saying when we are uprooting William Ruto, we are draining the old swamp. That is our mandate, to drain the swamp. So you cannot tell us that, oh, William Ruto is my friend, but I'm not like him. Birds of the same feather flocks together. But here now we are looking for instant solution because we cannot be keeping ourselves, wasting a lot of time in our spaces, midnight talks, morning talks, afternoon talks. Kuna watu hata wameshindwa kutengeneza watoto in the night because we need to debate about our country. But now we need solution. Kwa hivyo tumesema kitu ya kwanza, now we need to start protecting ourselves because the regime, the government has failed on its mandate to protect us. And instead, they are even the one killing us. The government that is supposed to protect us have turned to be our enemy, have turned to be our killer. Nowadays, you are afraid of government more than a criminal. At least jambazi anaweza kukujia ukamwambia we chukua hii pesa niko nayo na ukakuwa safe. But this one will come with intention of killing you. Nothing you can bargain with him. So now we are saying that we need a resistant movement. And we are going to imply the tools they have been using. So those vijanas that they have been using, it is us. Kwanza, need to resonate that. Wale vijana ambao Raila huwa anawatumia kwenda kufanya maandamano, sasa ni sisi. And this time now, it is us now that we are against them. Wale vijana wa Githurai, wale vijana wa Kibera, wale vijana wa Ruben, sasa ni sisi hawa. It is us. So these are clarion call. Hatuwezi kukaa kila siku tukitweet. We cannot operate in a constitution when themselves, they don't want to subject themselves to the constitution. Tunasema kwamba impeachment is not our priority, it is not even our concern. Ile kitu iliwaunganisha hatujui na ile kitu iliwatenganisha na hatujui na hatutaki kujua. Kwenda kudanganya watu wa Mount Kenya na kusema, oh, unajua tumewarudishia, tumewapatia kijana yenu. It is not a matter of tumewapatia kijana yenu. Kazi akipewa ni Kindiki, sio Meru. Vijana wengi wa Meru wamesoma, madaktari, walimu, wanataka kazi. Kindiki akipatiwa, hakuli mshahara na wao, anakula peke yake na watoto wake. So tuache mambo ya kudanganywa. Joe akipatiwa, amepatiwa kwenda kuiba peke yake na kuongezea ile 4 billion ako nayo kwa account. Hakuli na wakost. Ruto saizi ni president, hakuli na watu wa Rift Valley. Watu wa Rift Valley wanang'ang'ana. Maisha ni ngumu. Wanakula yeye na Rachel, na kina Charlene, na kina Nick. Wanunua matatu wakuja wasumbue watu. So this must stop. Sasa ile kitu tunasema kuwa ni kuwa kabila mbili Kenya sasa zinapigana. We are now in a tribal war. Kabila wa Kenya na kabila ya the rogue regime. These are two tribes that we have in Kenya. Kenya is not made of 42 tribes again. It is Kenyans versus them. That is the reality. So, mimi sina sympathy hata kidogo na Gachagua. Watu wanakuja kusympathize, oh, sijui, we are not advocating for Gachagua, but it is because of the constitution. Constitution what? Wakati kina Rex waliwawa, hiyo ni constitution gani ambayo ilipatia wauawe? Hii ya kufutwa kazi peke yake ndio ni constitution, and you are a millionaire. And you are in the same government. Wakati watu walikuwa na wao na kuwa kidnapped, you are in the same government. Then saizi unataka kuja kutuletea crocodile tears. Go to hell. So sisi wa Kenya saizi tunasema kwamba tumechemka and we know our rights. Kenya is ours. we can decide to even suspend the constitution. Tutaandika tena ingine baadaye. That is our right. Hata kama tunasema constitution is the supreme, but I don't agree. It is Kenyans first that are supreme before the constitution. Kenya imekweko before the constitution. Constitution huwa inaenda ikibadilika. So Ruto hata tukaamua kwamba tunaingia kwa hatuwezi kupigana. Somalia walipigana, sasa hivi wamemaliza, sasa hivi wanaanza kutengeneza nchi. Sudan wamepigana, sasa hivi wanaanza kutengeneza nchi. Kwa hivyo kama ukuje na amani, eri tukuje na wewe na hiyo force yako, then tumalize, mwenye atashinda mwingine haheshimu mwingine. That is it. So wakati wanataka kusema kwamba we are instigating violence, we are not instigating violence. It is you that already bring the violence. You did not even instigate it. You already bring the violence. So now we are in the strategy. Hatuwezi kuwa tuna keep tukitweet in someone that we know is a tone deaf. Son of, who is son of? Gachagua.